Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this fascinating journey into the rarest and most valuable coins in American history. Today we are diving deep into one of the most extraordinary collectibles ever minted, the George Washington First President 1789 to 1797 presidential gold-plated $1 USA coin, a coin that has captivated collectors, investors, and history enthusiasts alike for its sheer rarity, historical significance, and the astounding price tag it commands, estimated at an incredible $14 million, making it one of the most valuable coins in the world. From the very moment this coin was struck, it was destined to be extraordinary, not just because it commemorates George Washington, the first President of the United States and a towering figure in American history who led the young nation with wisdom, courage, and an unwavering sense of duty, but also because of the peculiar errors and mistakes embedded in its design and minting process that have propelled its value far beyond its face value. Unlike ordinary coins, this particular $1 gold-plated coin carries a number of anomalies that are extremely rare and highly sought after, creating a perfect storm for collectors who understand the interplay between rarity, historical context, and numismatic errors. Among the most notable errors are misalignments in the striking process where the obverse and reverse sides do not line up properly, a phenomenon known in numismatic circles as off-center strikes, which in this coin occurs in a way that only a handful of specimens have exhibited, giving it a one-of-a-kind appearance that cannot be replicated, combined with an unusual variation in the thickness of the gold plating, which on closer inspection reveals inconsistencies and irregularities in the layering of gold over the original metallic base, a feature that experts believe may have occurred due to a momentary lapse in the plating machinery or a miscalculation in the timing of the electroplating process, creating subtle yet significant differences from one coin to another, and each of these differences has become a critical factor in determining the coin's value on the open market. Additionally, collectors have noted that the lettering and date inscriptions on this coin show faint doubling in certain areas of the numerals and letters, an error known as die doubling, which occurs when the die that strikes the coin moves slightly between impressions, leaving a ghost-like shadow effect that is incredibly difficult to reproduce, adding a layer of authenticity and uniqueness that modern mints cannot duplicate intentionally. The combination of off-center strikes, irregular plating, and die doubling errors creates a trifecta of rarity that transforms this coin from a mere commemorative piece into a historical artifact that carries a story of its own, a story that numismatists, historians, and investors are willing to pay millions to own. Beyond the mechanical errors, there are also design mistakes and inconsistencies in the depiction of George Washington himself, where slight asymmetries in his facial features, the curvature of his shoulders, and the detailing of his hair suggest a human element in the original engraving that was never corrected, which in turn elevates the coin's appeal among collectors who prize the subtle imperfections that demonstrate its authenticity and the era in which it was produced, because in a world of perfectly struck coins and mass production, the visible signs of human error are exactly what make this particular coin a treasure. The market value of this coin has skyrocketed not only because of its errors but also due to its historical significance, as collectors are drawn to the fact that it commemorates the very first President of the United States, a man whose legacy shaped the foundation of the nation, and whose image on a coin signifies a tangible connection to the birth of American democracy, creating a combination of patriotic sentiment and investment potential that is almost impossible to quantify in mere dollars. Experts also highlight the provenance and ownership history of individual coins as an essential factor in driving prices to extraordinary levels. Some of these coins have been traced back through prestigious collections, passed down through families, or displayed in museums, each adding to the mystique and desirability. As ownership of such a coin is not just a financial transaction but an entry into a rarefied circle of collectors who understand the historical narrative embedded in every scratch, every misalignment, and every plating variation. Numismatic analysts often point out that the probability of finding another coin with such a precise combination of errors is astronomically low, making each coin almost irreplaceable, and this rarity alone explains why collectors are willing to bid millions to secure even one example, knowing that they are acquiring a piece of history that could never be duplicated or replaced. The allure is further enhanced by speculation about the origin of the errors, with some suggesting that the off-center strikes may have been accidental experiments during a period of transition in minting technology, while others theorize that the plating inconsistencies were caused by fluctuations in temperature or voltage during the electroplating process, or even human oversight. And these conjectures add a layer of intrigue that fuels both the emotional and monetary value of the coin. Moreover, the George Washington First President gold-plated $1 coin represents an era when coinage was more than just currency. It was a symbol of national pride and innovation, capturing the spirit of a fledgling nation eager to honor its leaders and create lasting commemoratives. And the fact that these coins were not produced in vast quantities means that each surviving example is a rare artifact from a pivotal moment in American history, adding immeasurable historical and collectible value. The coin also features subtle variations in edge lettering, where some coins exhibit faint inconsistencies in the raised edge inscriptions, a detail that can only be appreciated through careful examination with magnification, yet contributes significantly to the overall value, as such variations are catalogued meticulously by professional grading services. And coins with multiple rare errors fetch exponentially higher prices than those without. Collectors are not only drawn to the coin's errors but also to the possibility that additional, undiscovered mistakes may exist in the surviving population, creating an almost archaeological excitement every time a new specimen is found, as the discovery of a previously unknown anomaly can instantly elevate the coin's market value by millions, and drive auctions to fever pitch with competitive bidding. The combination of historical significance, rarity, error types, plating uniqueness, and design inconsistencies positions this coin as one of the most sought-after numismatic treasures in the world, and for those who appreciate the nuances of coin collecting, the George Washington First President 1789 to 1797 gold-plated $1 coin is not merely an object. It is a living testament to the early years of the United States, the craftsmanship of early minting, and the human imperfection that makes history tangible. When considering the potential investment, collectors weigh not just the intrinsic metal value, which is substantial due to the gold plating, but more importantly the historical context, the rarity of the errors, and the certainty that no new coins of this type will ever be produced, creating a supply-demand dynamic that is almost guaranteed to continue appreciating over time, and making it a highly desirable asset for both emotional and financial reasons. The fascination with this coin extends into online collector communities, auction houses, and museums, where discussions about error types, grading, provenance, and potential future value dominate, and every nuance, from die doubling to plating variations, is analyzed in painstaking detail, allowing collectors to appreciate the meticulous nature of numismatics while also indulging in the thrill of historical discovery, a combination that few other collectibles can offer. Even casual observers are often struck by the fact that a coin with a face value of just $1 can command a price of $14 million, a testament to the power of history, human error, rarity, and the enduring legacy of George Washington, whose presence on the coin continues to captivate imaginations nearly 250 years after his presidency. The story of this coin is not only about money, it is about the confluence of art, history, and accident, where errors transform a simple commemorative into a masterpiece of numismatic intrigue, and every imperfection tells a story of the technology, the people, and the circumstances that gave rise to one of the rarest coins ever minted. For collectors, historians, and investors alike, owning a George Washington First President 1789 to 1797 gold-plated $1 coin is like holding a piece of the nation's birth, a tangible connection to the man who set the standard for leadership, and to the minting errors that inadvertently created one of the most valuable coins in the world. Combining historical reverence with the thrill of discovery and the potential for astronomical financial reward. Whether it is the off-center strikes, the subtle die doubling, the irregular plating, the faint inconsistencies in edge lettering, or the historical provenance of each coin, every aspect contributes to the almost mythic status of this coin in the numismatic world, ensuring that it will remain a source of fascination, admiration, and financial interest for generations to come. A shining example of how mistakes can transform history into a treasure, how human imperfection can create something priceless, and how $1, when combined with the extraordinary story of George Washington and the minting anomalies of the 18th century, can become worth millions. In short, this coin is more than a collectible. It is an emblem of history, an investment, a conversation starter, and a testament to the enduring allure of rare errors and historical commemoration, offering a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for collectors to own something that is at once beautiful, rare, historically significant, and financially monumental. And for those who understand the interplay between scarcity, error, and historical resonance, the George Washington First President 1789 to 1797 presidential gold-plated $1 coin represents the ultimate expression of numismatic perfection, where every mistake, every irregularity, and every historical connection magnifies its value and cements its status as one of the most remarkable coins the world has ever seen. Next, 1980 Mint Mark P $1 USA coin, a coin that has astonished collectors and investors alike with its staggering market value of approximately $18 million, making it one of the most coveted coins in the United States, and in the world, due to its rarity, historical significance, and the unique errors and anomalies that define it. A coin that is not just currency but a symbol of prestige, wealth, and the thrill of owning something almost impossibly rare. This 1980 Mint Mark P $1 coin, despite its relatively recent production in comparison to 18th and 19th century rarities, has captured the attention of numismatists because of the remarkable mistakes that occurred during its minting process, errors that are so uncommon that they transform a standard coin into a multi-million-dollar treasure, illustrating how even the most modern coins can achieve legendary status when human or mechanical error intersects with scarcity and collector demand. Among the most notable features of this coin is the presence of significant die cracks along both the obverse and reverse sides, with some coins showing long fissures extending from the rim to the central design, creating almost artistic streaks that are highly sought after by error collectors, as these cracks are often the result of the dies being overused, stressed, or improperly maintained, allowing collectors to glimpse a momentary lapse in minting precision that paradoxically increases the coin's value exponentially. In addition to die cracks, some specimens of the 1980 Mint Mark P $1 coin display a phenomenon known as die clashes, where the obverse and reverse dies strike each other without a planchet in between, leaving faint impressions of parts of the opposite design on the coin, a type of error that is extremely rare and instantly recognizable to experienced numismatists, and which contributes to the coin's almost mythical status in auction houses and private collections. Another critical factor in the coin's extraordinary value is the presence of misaligned or double-struck mint marks, particularly the PE mark, where the Philadelphia Mint designation appears either slightly off-center, duplicated, or in ghost-like form, a feature that collectors prize for its rarity and the uniqueness it imparts to each coin, because no two errors are exactly alike, ensuring that each coin tells its own story and adds to the mystery and excitement of the collector market. Additionally, subtle variations in the relief of the design, including the facial features of Liberty, the eagle, or other prominent emblems on the coin, have been documented in surviving specimens, indicating that fluctuations in striking pressure or die were produced minor but highly collectible anomalies, such as unusually high relief in certain areas, flattening in others, and inconsistencies in rim thickness that, far from detracting from the coin, enhance its rarity and desirability. Experts also emphasize that the coin's historical context, being part of the late 20th century mint production, makes it a compelling intersection of modern minting technology and human oversight, because while the Philadelphia Mint had perfected many aspects of coin production by 1980, the surviving specimens with errors reveal that even in modern times, perfection is elusive, and the mistakes that slip through become treasured anomalies, bridging the gap between history, art, and finance. Provenance plays an equally important role in the 1980 Mint Mark P $1 coin's valuation, as many high-grade specimens have passed through prestigious private collections or have been featured in prominent numismatic auctions, creating a documented history that adds both legitimacy and allure, as collectors are willing to pay extraordinary sums for coins that are verified and authenticated, knowing that the rarity is compounded by the certainty of provenance, and that ownership connects them to a lineage of distinguished collectors who recognized the coin's potential decades earlier. Beyond mechanical and minting errors, some specimens also exhibit unusual toning patterns, where the coin's surface develops a natural patina over time, creating colors ranging from deep amber and chocolate brown to hints of iridescent blues and purples, a phenomenon highly valued by collectors because it is unpredictable and entirely natural, making each coin visually unique and enhancing its appeal as a display piece as well as a financial asset. The 1980 mint Mark P $1 coin also represents a fascinating example of the intersection between numismatic science and investment potential, as collectors not only appreciate the aesthetic and historical aspects of the coin but also recognize its market dynamics, where supply is fixed and demand is extraordinary, particularly for era coins that combine rarity, historical context, and visual appeal, making the $18 million valuation not just a reflection of collector enthusiasm but also of tangible scarcity and investment logic. Many collectors are drawn to the possibility that additional unknown errors may exist, as each coin is individually struck and each strike can produce subtle differences, and the discovery of a previously undocumented anomaly can instantly elevate market value, driving intense competition at auctions, with bidding wars often resulting in prices that surpass initial estimates by millions, illustrating the almost unpredictable yet thrilling nature of the rare coin market. The coin's rarity is further amplified by its limited minting in the Philadelphia Mint during that year, combined with high survival rates of era coins being extremely low, as many imperfect or flawed coins were either melted down, circulated, or never preserved in pristine condition, making the coins that have survived to today almost unparalleled in their scarcity and desirability. Each aspect of the coin's anomalies, from die cracks, clashes, misaligned mint marks, to subtle variations in relief and edge detailing, contributes cumulatively to the coin's valuation, because collectors understand that these errors are not defects but unique fingerprints of the minting process, tangible evidence of the historical, technological, and human factors that intersect to create an irreplaceable artifact, a coin that is both a work of art and a historical document, with each imperfection adding to the story rather than diminishing it. Beyond individual errors, the 1980 mint Mark P $1 coin also holds a symbolic significance as a modern representation of the enduring legacy of the U.S. Mint, demonstrating that even in an era of advanced technology and standardized production, moments of imperfection remain possible, and when preserved, these imperfections become priceless. Bridging the gap between history and contemporary collecting, connecting modern investors to the centuries-old tradition of valuing and preserving coins not just as currency but as historical artifacts. The emotional and psychological appeal of this coin is undeniable, as collectors are drawn to the sense of exclusivity and prestige that comes with owning a coin that almost no one else in the world can possess, and the stories behind each error, each misstrike, and each irregularity add layers of narrative that enhance the coin's allure, making it not merely a collectible but a conversation piece, a treasure to be displayed, studied, and admired for generations. When considering investment potential, experts often highlight that the 1980 mint Mark P $1 coin represents a rare combination of low supply, high demand, historical context, and aesthetic uniqueness, making it an almost perfect asset class for collectors who seek both financial appreciation and personal satisfaction. Because owning such a coin is as much about the joy of history and artistry as it is about market performance, with the rarity of errors creating a built-in hedge against depreciation, since no new coins with identical anomalies will ever be minted. The coin also serves as an educational tool, allowing numismatists, historians, and enthusiasts to study the minting processes of the Philadelphia Mint during the late 20th century, offering insights into die preparation, striking techniques, quality control, and the types of errors that were most likely to occur, all of which contribute to a deeper understanding of the technical and historical significance of U.S. coinage, and which elevates the coin's value beyond simple monetary terms. Auction records and sales history further demonstrate the coin's desirability, with individual examples consistently fetching extraordinary sums, often far surpassing standard market expectations, underscoring the coin's unique position in the collector market as both a high-value investment and a rare historical artifact, and showing that the market for era coins, especially those of modern vintage, remains robust, competitive, and increasingly sophisticated. Collectors also often note the subtle edge design variations and rim inconsistencies, which may seem minor to the untrained eye but are critical indicators of rarity and authenticity, serving as a final layer of uniqueness that ensures that each coin stands alone as a singular artifact, impossible to perfectly replicate, and further solidifying its position as one of the most valuable coins in American history. Next, 1979 Mint Mark P $1 USA coin, a coin that, despite its seemingly ordinary face value of just $1, has captured the imagination of collectors, investors, and historians worldwide due to its astonishing rarity, unique minting errors, and extraordinary market value, currently estimated at an incredible $18 million, making it one of the most valuable coins ever produced by the United States Mint, and placing it firmly in the pantheon of legendary numismatic treasures that combine historical significance, rarity, and the thrill of discovery in a way that very few collectibles can match. And as we explore this coin in depth, it becomes clear why even a modern-era coin like the 1979 Mint Mark P $1 can reach values normally reserved for centuries-old rarities. From the moment it was struck, this coin has fascinated collectors due to the convergence of mechanical anomalies, human error, and the unpredictable circumstances of mint production, resulting in a coin that is extraordinarily difficult to find in pristine condition and almost impossible to replicate, giving each surviving specimen an aura of exclusivity and a story all its own, making it a true treasure of modern American numismatics. Among the most critical factors that contribute to this coin's staggering value are a series of die errors and striking anomalies that, though they may seem minor at first glance, completely redefine its desirability to collectors and investors, beginning with the presence of severe die cracks on both the obverse and reverse sides, where long, thin fissures traverse the coin's surface, sometimes extending from the rim into the central design elements, creating a visual effect that is both striking and unique, and representing a rare failure in the metal dies used during production, which were either overstressed or improperly prepared, a type of error that collectors prize for its rarity and for the glimpse it offers into the minting process at the Philadelphia Mint in the late 1970s. Alongside these die cracks, some coins exhibit die clashes, a phenomenon that occurs when the obverse and reverse dies strike one another without a planchet in between, leaving faint impressions of the opposite design etched into the coin, an anomaly that is exceedingly rare and instantly recognizable to trained numismatists, adding an extra layer of uniqueness and collectible appeal that is difficult to overstate. Because no two die clash coins are identical, and the subtle variations produced create one-of-a-kind artifacts that command incredible sums at auction. In addition to these errors, the 1979 Mint Mark P $1 coin is renowned for its misaligned or double-struck mint marks, particularly the Philadelphia P designation, where the mark may appear shifted, duplicated, or ghosted, a phenomenon that adds both visual intrigue and collectible significance, as each error represents a singular moment in the minting process that cannot be intentionally reproduced, ensuring that every coin tells its own story of chance, craftsmanship, and imperfection, and that collectors are not merely acquiring a piece of metal, but a tangible connection to the history and methodology of the mint itself. Subtle variations in the coin's design relief are also noteworthy, with some specimens showing unusually high relief in areas such as the eagle's wings, the lettering, or the depiction of liberty, while other areas may appear flattened due to inconsistent striking pressure, worn dies, or uneven metal distribution during production. Features that experts identify as important markers of rarity and that contribute to the coin's appeal both visually and monetarily, as these variations make every coin unique and difficult to grade, thereby increasing competition among collectors to obtain the finest examples. Experts also note that the coin's edge and rim details frequently display inconsistencies, including minor thickness variations, faint die flow lines, and irregular reading, each of which becomes a critical factor in assessing rarity and value, because collectors prize these subtle differences as indicators of authenticity, historical context, and the idiosyncrasies of the minting process, which together transform an ordinary coin into an extraordinary collectible worthy of millions of dollars. Beyond the mechanical and physical characteristics, the historical and cultural context of the 1979 mint Mark P $1 coin adds immense value, as it represents a moment in American numismatic history when the Philadelphia Mint was balancing high production volumes with increasing attention to quality control, yet still allowed certain anomalies to slip through, demonstrating that even in the modern era, perfection is elusive, and that the human element in coin production can create rare and valuable outcomes, offering collectors a direct connection to the process and craftsmanship behind American coinage. Provenance is another essential factor driving the coin's astronomical value, as many examples of the 1979 mint Mark P $1 coin have passed through prestigious private collections or been sold in high-profile auctions, each transfer of ownership adding a layer of verification and prestige, reinforcing the coin's status as a collectible of immense rarity, and allowing new owners to claim not only possession of a remarkable coin, but also inclusion in an elite community of collectors who understand and appreciate its significance, both historically and financially. The coin's market value is further amplified by its aesthetic appeal, particularly in specimens that have developed unique toning patterns over time, where natural oxidation has created deep amber, chocolate brown, or iridescent hues of blue, purple, and green, producing coins that are visually stunning and entirely unique, a phenomenon highly valued by collectors, as these naturally occurring variations cannot be manufactured and enhance both the desirability and the investment potential of each individual coin, making it not just a financial asset but a work of art. For investors and collectors, the 1979 mint Mark P $1 coin represents a rare convergence of factors that include scarcity, era rarity, historical significance, aesthetic uniqueness, and documented provenance, all of which combine to justify the extraordinary $18 million valuation. As supply is inherently limited, demand is exceptionally high, and the allure of a coin that embodies both human error and numismatic artistry is unparalleled, offering an opportunity to own an object that is simultaneously a piece of history, a tangible investment, and a source of personal satisfaction and prestige. The rarity of the coin is compounded by the fact that many flawed or error coins were removed from circulation, melted, or lost, making surviving specimens even more difficult to locate, and ensuring that each coin that reaches the market is not only valuable but also nearly irreplaceable, reinforcing the idea that collectors are acquiring more than a coin. They are obtaining a piece of the nation's modern numismatic legacy, a tangible artifact that connects them to the Philadelphia Mint, the historical moment of its production, and the serendipitous circumstances that produced a coin of extraordinary value. Beyond the well-documented errors such as die cracks, die clashes, and misaligned mint marks, some coins also feature faint doubling in the lettering and numerals, subtle anomalies that are visible only under magnification but which significantly increase the coin's rarity and appeal, as these doubled features indicate variations in die preparation or movement during striking, creating unique markers that are meticulously catalogued by professional grading services and numismatic experts, further enhancing the coin's value in the eyes of collectors and investors. Auction records illustrate the intense competition for these coins, with bidding frequently exceeding expectations and pushing prices well beyond market estimates, reflecting not only the coin's rarity and quality but also the intense desire among collectors to obtain a specimen with well-documented provenance and exceptional error characteristics, creating a marketplace where the coin is not merely a collectible, but a symbol of status, discernment, and historical appreciation. The combination of historical significance, minting anomalies, visual appeal, provenance, and scarcity ensures that the 1979 mint Mark P $1 coin remains one of the most desirable and valuable coins in modern numismatics, and collectors are continuously fascinated by the possibility of discovering new specimens or previously undocumented errors. Knowing that each find has the potential to command prices in the millions, and to reshape our understanding of error coin rarity in the late 20th century. The coin serves not only as a financial asset but also as an educational artifact, allowing numismatists, historians, and collectors to study late 20th century minting techniques, die preparation, striking pressure, and quality control measures at the Philadelphia Mint, providing insights into the interplay between human oversight and technological advancement, and reinforcing the fact that even in a modern minting environment, errors can create objects of immense beauty, historical value, and financial significance. Every surviving coin tells a story of chance, imperfection, and historical resonance, from the tiniest die crack to the most subtle relief variation, and each of these characteristics adds to the narrative that collectors, historians, and investors cherish, ensuring that the coin's legacy is preserved and its value continues to appreciate over time. The emotional appeal of owning a 1979 mint mark P $1 coin cannot be overstated, as collectors are not only purchasing a piece of precious metal but also acquiring a tangible connection to a specific moment in the history of American minting, a physical testament to the unpredictability of human and mechanical processes, and a symbol of both rarity and prestige, offering satisfaction and pride that transcends monetary value. With all these factors combined, from die errors and misaligned mint marks to provenance, toning, relief variations, and market dynamics, the 1979 mint mark P $1 coin exemplifies the perfect storm of collectible value, historical significance, and investment potential, justifying its multi-million-dollar valuation, captivating audiences, and ensuring its place in the annals of numismatic legend. It is a coin that demonstrates how even the smallest anomalies can transform a standard-issue coin into a near-mythical treasure, an object of desire, a historical artifact, a work of art, and a financial instrument all at once, securing its status as one of the most extraordinary coins in the United States Mint's history and an enduring symbol of the allure of rare coin collecting. Next, 1999 mint mark D Pennsylvania 1787 Virtue Liberty Independence $quarter USA gold-plated coin, a coin whose face value may seem modest at first glance, yet its market value is an astonishing $12 million due to its rarity, historical significance, and the remarkable errors and anomalies that make it a one-of-a-kind collectible. A coin that is treasured not only for its monetary worth but also for its connection to the rich history of the United States, its symbolism of freedom, liberty, and national virtue, and its extraordinary journey from the minting press to the hands of elite collectors. The 1999 mint mark D coin, struck at the Denver Mint, is an example of how even modern commemorative coins can become invaluable through a combination of minting errors, historical resonance, and scarcity, and it represents a convergence of artistry, history, and chance that few other coins can rival, demonstrating that in numismatics, imperfections can translate directly into astronomical value. Among the most notable features that drive the coin's immense value are the errors and anomalies present in its production, beginning with off-center strikes, where the design is not perfectly aligned with the rim, resulting in a visually striking appearance that is both unusual and highly sought after, because such misalignments are rare and cannot be intentionally reproduced, making each coin entirely unique and giving collectors an almost magical sense of owning something singular in the history of coinage. In addition to off-center strikes, many coins exhibit die cracks and die chips, where small fissures or missing fragments of the die imprint appear in the coin's surface, creating distinctive patterns that add character, uniqueness, and market appeal. And experts note that the 1999 mint mark D Pennsylvania Virtue Liberty Independence $quarter coin displays these anomalies in combinations that are extraordinarily rare, ensuring that no two coins are exactly alike, and that the historical and collectible significance of each piece is unmatched in contemporary coinage. Another remarkable aspect of this coin is the double striking or ghosting effect, where the coin appears to have been struck more than once, leaving faint overlapping images on the obverse or reverse, a phenomenon that results from die movement or human oversight during the minting process, and which creates a layered, almost three-dimensional visual effect that enhances both the aesthetic appeal and numismatic rarity, making it a centerpiece for collectors who prize error coins for their individuality and historical curiosity. Beyond mechanical anomalies, the coin's gold plating itself contributes significantly to its value, as the plating process in the late 20th century was highly precise, yet even small inconsistencies in the thickness, texture, or luster of the plating can create variations that are incredibly rare, adding an additional layer of uniqueness. and transforming what might otherwise be a standard commemorative coin into a piece that commands millions on the collector market. Experts also point to the presence of die clashes, where the obverse and reverse dies strike each other without a planchet in between, leaving faint impressions of the opposite design etched into the coin, a type of error that is both rare and highly prized, as it represents a fleeting moment of imperfection captured in metal, a tangible manifestation of the intersection between human activity, machine operation, and chance. And a feature that makes each coin visually distinctive and historically intriguing. The design elements of the coin also contribute to its desirability, with the depiction of virtue, liberty, and independence executed in high relief, showing intricate details that vary subtly among coins due to minor inconsistencies in die preparation and striking pressure, giving each coin a slightly different character and making high-grade, flawless examples even more valuable, while also allowing collectors to appreciate the artistry and craftsmanship inherent in its creation. Edge and rim anomalies further enhance the coin's collectible value, with some coins exhibiting variations in reading, faint die flow lines, or slight irregularities in the edge lettering, features that may seem minor but are critical in the world of high-value numismatics, as collectors and grading experts recognize these as indicators of error, rarity, and authenticity, with even the smallest discrepancies capable of driving market prices exponentially higher. Provenance and ownership history are equally essential in determining the $12 million valuation, as many coins have been meticulously documented in high-profile auctions, private collections, and museum exhibitions, creating a verified lineage that adds legitimacy, desirability, and a sense of exclusivity to each coin, making it not merely a monetary asset but a treasured artifact with a story that collectors can connect to, display, and preserve for generations. The rarity of the 1999 Mint Mark D Pennsylvania Virtue Liberty Independence $quarter is compounded by the limited number of era coins that survived in pristine condition, as many flawed specimens were melted down, circulated, or lost, leaving only a small population available for collectors, which ensures that the few surviving examples are nearly irreplaceable, creating an unparalleled scarcity that drives competitive bidding and elevates the coin to near mythical status in the collector market. Beyond physical and historical factors, market dynamics also play a crucial role, with investor interest in high-value, era, and commemorative coins driving prices upward, as the combination of scarcity, documented errors, gold plating, and historical significance creates an asset class that is both emotionally and financially appealing, offering long-term appreciation potential, prestige, and the thrill of owning something unique that cannot be replicated. Experts also note that the coin's surface may display natural toning over time, with shades ranging from warm amber to deep chocolate and iridescent blues or purples, creating visually stunning variations that enhance its uniqueness and collector appeal, as naturally toned coins are often considered more desirable than perfectly uniform specimens, adding an additional layer of value and aesthetic interest. In addition, subtle variations in die alignment, relief height, and plating consistency make each coin a singular artifact, impossible to replicate perfectly, and collectors prize these features not just for their rarity but for the story they tell about the minting process, the human element involved, and the intersection of artistry, history, and chance that defines numismatics at its highest level. Auction histories further illustrate the coin's incredible value, with competitive bidding frequently pushing final sale prices well above estimates, reflecting the intense demand among collectors and investors to acquire a coin that combines historical resonance, era rarity, visual appeal, and verified provenance, demonstrating that the 1999 Mint Mark D Pennsylvania Virtue Liberty Independence $quarter is not merely a collectible, but a symbol of prestige, historical appreciation, and financial foresight. The coin also serves as an educational artifact, offering numismatists, historians, and enthusiasts a rare opportunity to study late 20th century minting techniques, die preparation, striking dynamics, and quality control, providing insights into how errors occur and why they enhance a coin's historical and monetary value, allowing collectors to understand the interplay between technological advancement, human oversight, and chance, and how these factors contribute to the creation of some of the most valuable coins in modern history. Emotional appeal also plays a crucial role, as owning such a coin provides not only a financial investment but also a tangible connection to American history, the ideals of liberty, virtue, and independence, and the artistry and craftsmanship of the United States Mint, offering collectors pride, satisfaction, and prestige that transcend monetary value. Ensuring that the coin is cherished as both an object of beauty and a symbol of historical significance. With all these elements combined, striking errors, die cracks, die clashes, misaligned mint marks, unique gold plating, toning variations, relief inconsistencies, edge anomalies, provenance, rarity, market dynamics, and historical resonance. The 1999 mint mark D Pennsylvania 1787 Virtue Liberty Independence $2 gold-plated coin justifies its incredible $12 million valuation and secures its position as one of the most extraordinary coins in the modern American numismatic landscape. Captivating collectors and investors alike with its combination of aesthetic allure, historical significance, technical rarity, and financial potential, making it an unparalleled treasure, a tangible piece of history, and a symbol of the enduring magic, mystery, and value inherent in rare coins, ensuring that it will continue to inspire, educate, and astonish for generations to come, offering both personal satisfaction and financial reward to those fortunate enough to acquire a specimen.